Okay, hi, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Terrence Wong from GSMA APAC, heading the GSMA APAC 5G industry community. So welcome to join our Smart City and Public Sector Industry Interest Group. Today, our workshop is about AI vision in 5G era, revolutionizing smart city solution and business application. If you are first time to join us, I just want to remind you, this is a virtual workshop. We're supposed to be interactive. So if you have any question, you can post in the Q&A boxes, and then our speaker will try to answer you online or follow up with you offline. Okay? Okay, I think everyone can see my screen, right? Okay, let's start. So today's workshop is about AI vision in 5G era, as I mentioned. So we have very good lineup of speaker for the next 1.5 hour content. So first, we will have, after my quick opening, we will have our speaker coming from the Hong Kong Applied Science and Technology Research Institute, S3, from Stella, who will talk about the role of AI in revolutionizing smart mobility solution. And then next, we will have a speaker from China Telecom Global, Ethan, who will talk about AI visual network, how it empowering innovative application in smart city. And then we will have a speaker coming from South Korea, the LG UPS, Jerry Kim, who will talk about AI work agent in enterprise solution. And then final presentation will be coming from Huawei, David Smith, who will talk about how to empower AI for next generation digital infrastructure. And then last but not least, we have very good panel discussion coming from 5 speakers, including our moderator, Shimiger, which is coming from Vietnam. He have very strong consulting experience on smart city project. And then we have Digital Economy Promotional Agency, Supercon from Thailand. And we also have leading mobile operator Indosat, Oridu Hutchison from Indonesia, Melbourne. And also Hisham Nordin from Telecom One, which is the enterprise arm of Telecom Malaysia. And last but not least, we also have Li Xin, which is from CityNet, which is a smart cities consultant and solution provider headquartered in Taiwan, but they also very active in Southeast Asia. So now let's start. If you don't know about GSMA, we actually is a mobile industry association globally. We represent the interests of more than 1,000 organizations in more than 200 market and country. So we are very actively drive industry program that make value for digital economy. We're working very closely with members and government in the region and also global. Every year, we bring in more than 200,000 professional people in our flagship industry conference, MWC, Barcelona, Shanghai, Las Vegas. And this year, we also have one new MWC at Doha in Middle East. In the region, we also running regional conference. In particular for APAC, actually, we are running Digital Nation Summit in ASEAN country, especially. So if you look at the screen, we have in Digital Nation Summit in Vietnam, Singapore, ASEAN nation in KL this year, and Manila and Jakarta. So these are all conference, and then we will talk a lot on the digital nation development in the region, and of course, digital transformation for enterprises and industry. So I think many of you who join our 5G industry community will know about that this community have a passion to drive the acceleration of the digital transformation with the latest technology, including 5G, IoT, and recently, of course, with AI as well. So we have a lot of digital pioneer coming from mobile operator, government department, and also enterprise in the region. We also support a lot of vertical, including manufacturing, logistics, port and transportation, healthcare, energy, mining, utility, and smart city and public sector to drive digital transformation. So welcome to continue to be our community member, and also welcome to support the development of this digital transformation in the region. I think this platform is very open for anyone who would like to promote new idea, create and educate the market, raise your innovative profile, and then of course connecting the peer and ecosystem. Welcome to leverage the platform. We did a lot of workshop in the last 3-4 years, more than 30 workshop, more than 20 case study we have done. So these are all available in the website. And then, of course, we also promote very innovative guide in our platform using MWC. For example, one of the factory, they roll out a 5G standalone factory in Thailand, which is also winning the Asia Mobile Award in MWC Shanghai last year. About MWC Shanghai, if you are coming to Shanghai or you are interested to MWC Shanghai, welcome to let me know, because we are having a lot of keynote summit and also more than 200 exhibitor that will be you can access there, and then there are many different summit related to vertical and technology like AI, 5G, and IoT as well. One of the important event drive by the community is the APEC 5G Business Roundtable on the day 3 in MWC Shanghai. So we are going to bring our APEC delegation and our China ecosystem together to explore business opportunity and have some learning and insight sharing. So this is only invitation only. Let me know if you're interested, because we have only very limited capacity. This is the whole year Canada activity. So welcome to join us in any physical and virtual activity. Okay, go back to our section today. What are the vision language model? I think as usual, most of people know about computer vision as a very useful tools to identify image, like whether there's a dog or a cat, or it can use to identify an optical character and then read the text image. But with the latest large language model, actually there are new evolution to create the vision language model, which is a multimodal AI system built by combining a large LLM with vision encoder, which gives the LLM the ability to understand the input of video, image, PDF, text, and audio together. It can create a lot of new use cases beyond the traditional classic computer vision tasks. So most VLM actually following a architecture with 3 components, which is a vision encoder, a projector, and of course an LLM. So the vision encoder is typically a clip-based model with a transformer architecture that being trained on millions of image text pair, give its ability to associate the image into a form that the LLM can understand, interpret as some image token. And then the projector is very simple layer or something very complex like coarse attention layer that will digest the content and then fit into the LLM. And also any off-the-shelf LLM can be used to build a VLM. Actually, in the market, there are hundreds of VLM variants that could combine various LLM with vision encoder. For the vision language model, actually being used for many use cases. So some very simple, quick visual question answering. So the VLM actually can understand a document or PDF, and then help to answer the question. And then second use case may be more related to today about the image and video summarization. Actually, if you look at the cases, it can help to identify important activity like any unauthorized person being detected at certain timestamp. It can also identify all, for example, if you input a basketball game, it can identify all the 3-point shooter falling on the 3-point on which time frame and then summarize it. And then, of course, it can also use for smart city solution like detecting any car running in a wrong lane at different timestamp. And of course, it can also be used to learn, maybe learning a video clip that identify all the recipe and the procedure how to create a cake with the text description coming back. So it's very useful, very powerful with a visual AI agent in between to receive any input and then generate the result. And then finally, of course, this can be also used to phrasing text and handwriting document. So this is just a very quick overview about the vision language model, how it's being used. So now let me introduce our first speaker for today, which is coming from S3, Stella G, the principal engineer from S3. Over to you, Stella. Yeah, you can unmute your mic and share your screen. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Terence. Just a minute. Can you see my screen now?
I think it's coming. Yes. Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, thanks, Terence. And good afternoon, everyone. This is Stella from S3 Smart Mobilities team. I would like to thank the organizer for the invitation to speak on this workshop, and I will take this opportunity to introduce our work in 5G CV2X applications and how AI revolutionizes the smart mobility solutions based on V2X infrastructure. Our team has been at the forefront of 5G V2X system research and development since as early as 2017. And by 2021, we have successfully established a 14-kilometer CV2X public road trial site in Sha Tin, Hong Kong, enabling a comprehensive range of use cases, including vehicle to vehicle, vehicle to infrastructure, vehicle to network, and vehicle to pedestrian communications. Over the past 8 years, we have been committed to developing innovative smart mobility initiatives based on the CV2X platform. Our technology roadmap encompasses a wide range of key areas, including CV2X deployment, connected autonomous vehicles, and smart mobility roadside perception, multimodal traffic analysis, smart transportation simulation, and AI-enabled traffic management. Leveraging our extensive R&D experience and deep understanding of the industry, we are now actively collaborating with multiple associations and research institutes to establish Hong Kong's CV2X standards. These standards will address key use cases and communication protocols, ensuring that they are robust, future-proof, and aligned with Chinese as well as global practices while meeting the local needs in Hong Kong. And from a global perspective, it is clear that CV2X technology has emerged as the consensus in the trend of autonomous driving deployment. Regions such as mainland China, the United States, Japan, and Europe have already published comprehensive plans and roadmaps to advance this technology. So with numerous trials and pilot deployments underway, Hong Kong is uniquely positioned to play a significant role in the CV2X technology roadmap. We believe this presents an excellent opportunity to further develop and refine related technologies and applications. ensuring Hong Kong remains at the forefront of this transformative innovation. And one of the key technologies we are currently delivering is the Connected Autonomous Vehicle, or CAV interface. As the deployment of autonomous vehicles continues to expand, we anticipate that vehicles from different brands will coexist on the roads. And to address this issue, the CAV interface has been designed to enable cooperative perception, policy negotiation, and centralized management across diverse and otherwise closed systems. The trial deployment of the CAV interface at Hong Kong Science Park successfully validated the design through field tests. Through the CAV interface, we realized vehicle-to-infrastructure cooperative perception and infrastructure-guided autonomous driving. C-V2X technologies have enabled seamless communication among vehicles, roadside infrastructure, and the cloud. Thereby, they are facilitating the development of centralized traffic management platforms. We have implemented a traffic management platform that supports smart infrastructure management, vehicle monitoring, data analysis, and assessing real-time AV and infrastructure perception data. This is a live demonstration of the traffic management platform. As you can see, it provides an integrated interface for accessing and visualizing various traffic data from different sources, like from the roadside, from vehicles, and from other sources from the cloud. Now with the data streaming from multiple sources, we can harness data-driven tools such as AI models to analyze this information and advance traffic management technologies to the next level. The concept of artificial intelligence dates back as far as the 1950s. Over decades of development, we have witnessed several critical breakthroughs in the evolution of language and vision processing models. Most notably, the advent of general-purpose language foundation models and open-set visual understanding models have enabled us to address a wide variety of tasks in traffic management. In popular terms, we refer to this capability as the traffic management AI agent. Equipped with advanced language and visual analytics, this AI agent can either fully accomplish or assist with tasks such as media summarization, traffic scene analysis, regulation querying, and report generation, and more. By seamlessly integrating these capabilities, the traffic management AI agent represents a significant step forward in enhancing efficiency and decision-making in traffic systems. And we are showing two simple demonstrations with VLM-based traffic snapshot analysis and LLM-based traffic regulation queries. But the pursuit of AI-enabled smart mobility does not end here. In traffic applications, we encounter numerous data formats that go beyond conventional language or image structures. These data are not only temporally related, but also spatially interconnected. While existing language and vision models excel at analyzing the integral motion within traffic scenes, they fall short in understanding the interactions among individual traffic components. So to encode general knowledge from traffic scenes effectively, we need a novel foundation model capable of unified data ingestion and prediction. We have already initiated related studies through seed projects, and we are committed to further exploring this challenge in our future studies. Looking into the future, Smart mobility is also an important playground for embodied AI agents, covering not only the ground, but also in air and space. Hong Kong faces complex urban challenges, including traffic congestion, dense high-rise clusters, and the need for efficient cross-harbor transport. These unique demands create an ideal environment for developing low-altitude economy solutions. Backed by world-class R&D capabilities, Hong Kong is well-positioned to lead in this emerging field. The innovations developed here will not only address local needs, but also set a benchmark for excellence globally, ensuring they remain globally competitive in the years to come. And Astrid has initiated the development of an integrated solution for space, air, ground communication, sensing, and navigation. This innovative solution will serve as the foundation to support and drive the growth of Hong Kong's low-altitude economy. When deploying V2X infrastructure in key areas, it is not feasible to cover the entire transportation network solely with ground-based devices. The low Earth orbit satellites provide a cost-effective solution to ensure low-latency connectivity for both ground and low-altitude vehicles. In fact, the US has already deployed thousands of LEO satellites, enabling a real-time global communication. In China, both state-owned enterprises and commercial entities are actively planning to establish their own satellite networks. One of our research projects has explored the feasibility of leveraging LEO satellites for smart mobility use cases. We are optimistic that specialized LEO satellite systems will increasingly support a wide range of smart mobility solutions in the near future. And this is one of the key challenges we are going to address in our studies in the next few years. And that is all of my presentation today. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Stella. I think it's a very comprehensive to understand how Astrid as a Hong Kong research arm funded by Hong Kong government to support using the latest technology, including what you just mentioned, AI and 5G, and of course the coming satellite coverage to support this smart transportation, right? So thanks again for your presentation. Please look at the question in the Q&A boxes to you. Please help to type back the response. So next, I would like to introduce our very good speaker from China Telecom Global, Ethan Cheng Yong, the General Manager, Product and Innovation Department. He's going to share you about AI visual network empowering innovative application in smart city. Over to you, Mr. Cheng Yong. Ethan.
Thanks, Terence. Hi, everyone. Can I, is the slides be successfully? Yeah, okay, thank you.
Go ahead, please.
Thanks again for having me in this webinar. I'm Ethan from CDG, and very glad to take this chance to share the information of our, China Tele. I think it's one of the most, successful platform, which we call it e-surfing smart vision network. And the short name is C-Link. So it's quite straightforward. It's actually camera-based and AI-enabled platform. And right now, actually, we deployed quite a lot of platforms, especially in mainland China. And to be honest, it's contributed a lot in the process of mainland China's city move from the traditional city to the smart city. So in this slide, I will show how it works. Well, as I introduced before, C-Link is basically starting from the IP camera management system. And but now we define it far beyond that. We define it as our fifth core network. China Telecom already have the transmission network. We have two IP backbone, and we also have 5G network. So this C-Link, actually, we named it as a fifth network. So it's quite important for us. why we could have this kind of over the years development is it got a lot of successful application run on the Ceiling platform. So we got this kind of I would say the transcript is benefited from decade years of our cloudification and digitization strategy. This slide is actually how shows how this kind of business digitization works. At the bottom is our, cloudified infrastructure, including our public cloud, which is e-surfing cloud. And on top of it, we have the SDN and Cloud Exchange, which upgraded from our traditional IP and transmission network, and also and recently we deployed quite a lot of AI large model and helping our industrial-based customer and scenario-based customer to develop AI agent. And the most important thing is that we as a carrier actually we could deploy the end-to-end security infrastructure, including the DDoS, including the application-based, the security, including the SOC services, and we combine everything together to make sure all of the application-based platform could run very well on this kind of digital infrastructure. So I think this is very key important for the C-Link, which require a lot of elastic infrastructure which rely robust and also secured infrastructure. So this is the first important thing. And the second thing is that you know is how to make why Ceiling right now is so important to CT is that it contributes a lot of value for us as a carrier. Actually, the first important thing is, of course, how to upsell our broadband services, right? So this Ceiling actually help us to bundle more and more application on it. So it's greatly improved our broadband revenue um, and recently. And also the second one is that we use the Ceiling to strengthen our ICT service. Previously, we just sell the equipment to customer and maybe some kind of a maintenance to be bundled with ICT service. But now we make it as a long-term business model. And the third thing I think is very important is that it also could combine very well with our cloud services, especially on the storage part. So it's scaling our cloud business. So right now, Ceiling is not only significantly drives the expansion of bandwidth services, but also elevate the overall integration of our business framework. So this is a value especially for CT as a carrier. From the values perspective of the Ceiling. And also in this market, there are quite a lot of similar services that provided by some OEMs, right? Helping customer to monitor their infrastructure, to manage the IP camera. So the difference between us is quite it's very important for us to penetrate into the market. So the unique thing of C-Link is basically on the infrastructure. It's not a just a monitoring system or monitoring platform for customer. First of all, in this platform, actually, we used our e-surfing cloud. We're using redundancy infrastructure, including the network, including the 5G, including the cloud. We bundled this together, and of course, security like DDoS and all of the service together to make sure the infrastructure could be the carrier class video service platform. And from video capture to intelligent analyze, every layer is seamlessly integrated. As we know, China is very big. So the how to make sure the concurrency. I mean, how to make sure the millions of camera streaming could run very well at the same time on the platform is very important. Due to the intelligent scheduling mechanism of our Selenium platform, we make sure the loading could be, smoothly as run and on our basic infrastructure, including the cloud, including bandwidth, and of course the storage. So the service, it's not like in Judith's voice, it's kind of a service, it's a video as a service product. It's not a equipment. Selenium is quite flexible. It could be easily deployed on the different or heterogeneous cloud or even local server. So, and also our backend team to guarantee 7 by 24 maintenance or operation support globally. So that makes us quite different with other OEM providers. So and also this kind of infrastructure, we call it a operator grade architecture, is quite important for the government, especially for G market, because they really count on how redundant, how reliable the infrastructure, the service is. And the other thing that I have to mention is of course AI. AI actually is the heart of the ceiling, and we in China Telecom we have Xingchen, which is a maybe Stardust vision VLM vision large model. Actually, this Stardust VLM is, I think, to be honest, is one of the top vision AI model globally, because we have a lot of I think is right now is over billions of parameters, and also in China we have a lot of data, video or picture data to be hosted. So it powers over 100 mature algorithm tailored for industry like retail, security, and urban management. And uh, actually, for this kind of C-Link service, we started C-Link business actually, I think it's from 2015. But our first target is to make our customer use the broadband service more efficiently. But apparently it developed very quick. So in 2021, we're starting to define it as our fifth basic core network. With 4 years development, today we serve over 100 million users and connected 80 million cameras in mainland China. And our cloud storage reaches more than, I think, 2,000 PB now and keeps expanding. Most impressively is our AI. AI handles 1.8 billion API calls daily. Actually, in 2023, only I think 500 million. So that's nearly tripled the scale in just 2 years. This growth isn't just numbers. I know, behind this data, it shows that our ceiling has been well integrated into different scenarios, so that the data could be used, could be flowed. So it also reshaping the different perspective of smart homes and smart cities. Um, a lot of third-party experts like IDC confirm that visual network and smart city technologies very well developed in China. That's true, and I think C-Link is actually one of the key driver. But how to make this smart city or smart community ecosystem booming and successful by having C-Link? Our summarize is I think it's four major parts. The first one is network-wide scheduling, which makes the operation more efficiently, right? So that the operation cost could be lower. And second one is a rapid device integration. We cover a lot of terminals. I would say right now over 90% of the terminal could be accessed, could be supported on the platform. So ecosystem coverage is great. And third one is dynamic storage, or because we have the surfing cloud, and we make sure the storage could be compatible, could be adaptable to the video, could be to the video stream very well. Thus, could be lower the cost for the user. The fourth one, which is very important, is that the localized and industrial-based or scenario-based AI. Because of this, we could make customer benefit from the service, not only just use the camera, but also they can use this kind of data to do some kind of reshaping or empower their internal productivity. And also, we are still dig deeply in this four field. Now, I'm going to show some real case of our C-Link on how C-Link empowers city governance. Firstly, is this slide shows we helping our government customer to build up a visual center of smart city. By integrating, computing, storage, AI, and security, and also C-Link platform together, we help local government to create intelligent, urban system. For example, in Jiangxi, Ganzhou, we built a massive, video aggregation platform supporting emergency response and education. In Shandong, Jining, our data hubs also empower urban management. So, which means in each city, actually, we build up this kind of a video convergence center, which means this kind of a C-Link platform is the convergence pool of all of the data, all of the video that gathered from that each city. So that makes sure the government or related department or public sector could use this data and within this video lake. And once we have this data, the second thing is help customer to use this data. So in our real case, application played a very key role. C-Link should not and never be just a camera access only. In public security, we have the we call it a Safe Cloud Eye, which helps to detect incidents like fights or traffic violations in seconds. And we have the urban management platform, which tackles issues like illegal parking and illegal garbage dumping very efficiently. And also in kitchen fields, we named it as a Brighton kitchen system, which ensures food safety by detecting the procedure of cooking in restaurant. All of this solution actually developed and optimized a lot after several years operation, because at the first day we still all of the AI based agent should be can only be be perfect after the optimization. So over the years development, I would say all of these solutions are quite mature. Guangzhou actually is one of the shining example. Our C-Link based city visual network connects over, I think right now is over 2 million cameras in Guangzhou, serving sectors like transportation department, emergency service department, and also water management bureau. But we have gone further. Once we have more and more data, we help government to decentralizing them, and then government could share them to the public. Thus, other company could use this data to build new scenario-based applications. So that's what we are doing. This kind of setting up this kind of infrastructure. It creates win-win infrastructure. I mean, government can enhance the governance by this platform, and also enterprise could utilize the data that created from the system for their internal innovation. So Guangzhou platform, I think, is very successful model for making public service more efficient, and while at the same time empower the private digital ecosystem. We get as I introduced, well, we get many know-how on the C-Link, no matter on the technical field or operation field. But we're not going to keep this expertise to ourselves. I mean, we are happy to share this C-Link capability with global partners, from platform design to operational strategies. Actually, we already have some successful cases in South Asia, in the Middle East, and Africa. We are helping operators, especially carriers, launch local services with end-to-end support. And also our training programs in China helping partner with the skills to run this platform independently. So they could in the long term, they could operate it by themselves. We're just providing the coding support. And we wish through this cooperation model, we could set up a true win-win relationship globally together with our carrier partners. Well, the last but not least, C-Link is more than a platform like I introduced. It's an open system, open ecosystem. We are collaborating with partners in AI, in the hardware devices, chips, and also cloud services partner to enrich global digital capabilities. By sharing expertise and co-design solutions, we wish we could deliver, smarter and more convenient services for business, for governments, and for individuals. So let's keep pushing the boundaries of technology and embrace AI, enabling future better. That's all of my introduction. I hope this kind of information could help on the further, smart city procedure. Thank you.
Thanks, Ethan. I very, very holistic view to share how China Telecom support, especially China government for very efficiency on developing a smart city solution. I think it's really opened my view as well because of your maturity of your solution and also ecosystem. As you mentioned, actually supporting a million of camera is not so simple. Actually, they need a lot of capacity, caching, a lot of new technology. So thanks again. Ethan, there are some questions to you in the Q&A boxes. Please help to type the response there. Now let me introduce our speaker from South Korea, Jerry Kim from LG UPS. Jerry actually is the Executive Research Fellow from CTO office. So he will share about AI work agent in enterprise application. Over to you, Jerry. Thank you.
Thank you, Terence. Hello,
Yes.
everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me. Today, I'm going to talk about AI agents in enterprise applications. So I'm in the CTO office to build strategy for technologies coming. So my perspective might be a little bit different from other speakers, but that's because I have been spending a lot of time in the smartphone industry before I joined LG Plus. So let's begin my presentation. So over the years, for
sorry, Jerry, could you speak louder?
Okay. Can you?
Or closer to the mic? Yes.
Okay, got it. So over the last 3-4 years, there have been a lot of innovations in the AI area, as you know, that happened with the ChatGPT released in 2022. And every year we saw more innovations coming. For example, in the January of 2024, we saw a device called Rabbit R1, which was not actually working, but it showed a kind of a vision what these innovations will lead to. For example, in CES 2025, NVIDIA showcased their agents as well as humanoid robots, that these innovations are pointing to the same direction, which means we will witness some kind of a agent coming, and the agents might be virtual or sometimes could be humanoid or embodied agents. So this is a very important moment that these agents will independently interact with the world. So they can do the errands for us. They can plan, they can use tools, and they can even collaborate with other apps or agents and also humans. So this is very important moment, I believe. So let's go to the next page. So what is this agent doing actually in the AI transformation? So everyone understands agent is coming, and what actually it is. So agents will be the core capability. And I'm going to show you a diagram here. Humans have been interacting with the physical world for a long time, but with the invention of digital devices, digital technology, humans start to interact with digital devices by human-computer interaction. So we control the physical world on our own, but at the same time, we can use digital devices or digital gadgets to observe the physical world or control the physical world. And in the course of this control, we used human-computer interaction. This is simply the way you interact with the smartphones. So you press buttons on the smart screens, right? Touch screens. That's how it works with the digital devices. But from now on, I believe that humans will be interacting the way humans interact with the AI agent. And the agent will be controlling digital world and also physical world. So this is a very famous concept that digital twin will be copying the physical world, and then the digital world can observe or control the physical world. And we have this AI agent, which is capable of speaking the human language. So we will ask AI agent to control digital world, and then the digital world will be controlled the way the physical world is controlled. So in this process, we can see that human will be not anymore learning how to type keyboard or how to design buttons on the touch screens or things like that. And instead, agents will be capable of controlling the digital world with the help of tools like APIs or data stores. And also in the process, we definitely need more authentication or privacy or security that we can make sure the agent will be working for us in a more trustworthy way. So these LLMs and agent technology will lead us to more better UI. For example, the user interface will be from now on conversational and also generative and also multimodal and agent mediated. So conversational meaning, as you know, that we can use human language, and generative meaning it's not anymore just a categorization of your flavor. Instead, the agent will definitely understand your experience and your past choices and generate options or choices based on the understanding you. And multimodal, meaning that it not only can speak the human language, but also share our vision and understand the surroundings, and then express it as a human language that the surrounding has what object and what kind of options you have. And these will be all encompassed by the agent. So agent will be working for you. Thus, the interface will become, it used to be static, and now it will be sentient and also individualized, meaning hyper-personalization, and also proactive and predictive. It not only just predict your choices, but also proactively give you options, and with the conversation, from the conversation, it will make a better choices or better options too. The right-hand side shows the what Walmart said in the CES 2024. It says you can just type in "help me plan a football watch party" on the Walmart app, and it will show you options you can have. For example, cookies or snacks or beer packs or something like that. But it might not be easy actually, because Walmart has so many products and so many choices. So we have to do more investigation how we can support these human language-based UI, user interface will do. So these are typical screens you see these days. Left-hand side, the Netflix screen. Then you now have list of the movies you want to watch, and they usually categorize your past history and give you, put you in a category and show you options. And right-hand side, there is a UI showing a kiosk that at the burger joint or something that you have to choose the product. But maybe you had some kind of frustration because every store has different UI and different hierarchy. So maybe sometimes you kind of get frustrated. But these are already in the stores and small, medium-sized enterprises. Now, how can you feed them intelligence? That's I believe this is kind of a tricky question because we can provide them better intelligence by through the telecommunication or mobile networks or fixed line networks. So these are the kind of future expectation that kiosk will be running with the human language and understand you better and give you better options with the hyper personalization. So now let's look at the agents a little bit further. Google released a white paper last year and around the end of last year that agents need large language model and also tools and also orchestrations. So large language model is something that you already understand. And tools are like APIs and data stores that the agent will work based on. So for example, the agent needs long-term memory or short-term memory that it can understand you better. And also the orchestration is like there are multiple agents working for some specific function, and there will be some head of agent. So the supervising agent will work with other agents to have some task done in the way that humans wanted. So this has been only 6 months earlier, and now the right-hand side shows how we can work with multiple agents. Now agents are really evolving fast that we have now agent-to-agent protocol and also the model context protocol, which is how the agent can utilize outside utilities tools. And also supervised agent can utilize personal agent and also evaluation agent. These agents will work with your personal data and also evaluate how the agents are performing. And there is another thing called guardrail. Guardrail is kind of a quality, making sure that quality, the answers from the agent will be qualified, not hallucinated. So these are the kind of a basic understanding how the agents will work. Now let's go into what we are doing right now. We have a language model called XR1, which is under the LG group. And also we get this XR1, which is can be on device or mid to high performance, like 7.8 billion or 32 billion parameters. And we will put this into further training that it can get telco specific understanding, which is called XCGen. And also we can do the domain specific training to have the LLM learn more about, for example, banking or telco or education and all those industries. So this domain specific training is about having the pre-trained LLM into domain specific things. So in the course of this domain adaptive continual pre-training, that the LLM will not lose the already learned knowledge, but instead they will add more specific understanding of certain domains. So with this LLM, we launched B2C and also B2B solutions. So one thing is the left-hand side is XCO, which is a B2C application, and also XC Enterprises for the B2B customers. So this XCO has call agent right now, and in the future, we will also evolve it into video and home agents. And also XC Enterprise have AI contact center and also work agent and also AI data center, which is a kind of infrastructure for this enterprise solution. So let me skip this one. Just XC means connection between people. And XCO is, as I said, call agent, which is capable of transcription and AI answering and AI summary and suggestions, which is kind of baseline for the enterprise applications as well. And also, last thing that I'd like to point out is these agents are very critical point with the data security and also AI safeguard, which is a very important part. So we have XC Guardian, which is a package of solutions that will take care of data security and also prevent scamming or phishing and other malicious attacks. And also AI model, we have two different choices, on-device SLM, which is small, and also sovereign cloud, and also small large language models, which can be having better capability. So this is the structure we have right now. And also I skipped this one. And this is the last page. We have assured intelligence and also adaptive intelligence, which is more focused on human-centered AI. Also, in the future, this will become companion intelligence that can reside in your smartphone, also humanoid or something like that. And all these things should be altruistic. And we are moving toward bright world with this human-centered AI. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry. I think you give us a very good journey back to where AI start, and also right now the latest development. I think it's very interesting to see LG UPass as a operator in Korea, how you build your language model, and then how it already providing application in B2C into consumer and also enterprise world, which is very interesting. So just remind, if the audience you have a question to Jerry, please post the question in the Q&A boxes, and Jerry will help to address. So next, let me introduce Derek Smith, head of ecosystem from Huawei SPO Lab. So he's going to share how AI empowering the next generation digital transformation. Actually, it's also relevant to developing your digital infrastructure to support AI. Over to you, David. Yes, I can see your screen. You have to unmute and also show your face. Okay, I hear you.
There we go. Thanks, Terence.
Thank
hi,
you.
everyone. Yeah, great to be with you today. My name is David Smith, and as Terence said, I'm head of ecosystem research with Huawei Service Provider Operation Lab in Dublin, in Ireland. Our lab is focused on researching the business models of carriers and what those business models will look like in 5 to 10 years from now. So we're looking at really the central role of digital transformation and its impact on many vertical industries, including smart cities. So I'll talk to you today a little about that. When it comes to AI, I think, well, judging by what we've seen on the webinar so far, I think everything we can imagine today is only a glimpse of what tomorrow can bring. We can look at AI, and we've seen it now in some of the presentations, its capabilities in terms of artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, and artificial superintelligence. And I suppose artificial narrow intelligence is where we're at now. This is weak AI, and it represents the current state of AI. We have expert systems. They have inference machines to solve difficult but rules-based problems. And in 2022, we saw quite a big leap forward with ChatGPT launched, and this was a milestone in AI development. It was built on large language models, LLMs, that we've talked about before, and ChatGPT showcased really strong natural language processing. This supported smooth human-machine conversations really for the first time. Fast forward about 3 years, and we've OpenAI's O3 model, and we've China's DeepSeek R1 model, and they brought substantial improvements in inference capabilities. And indeed, with DeepSeek, a really massive reduction in cost of building those. Today, AI agents can already act autonomously. They can achieve specific goals for us. They can demonstrate capabilities in intelligent sensing, reasoning, decision-making, and action. And as we steadily progress towards artificial general intelligence, the goal there will be enabling machines to learn and solve complex problems across various domains, just like humans do. And then in time, we could even see a move towards artificial superintelligence. And this will be far surpassing that of humans and may even develop self-awareness and emotions, unlocking possibilities beyond even our current imagination. In 2024, Huawei issued the latest version of our Intelligent World 2030 report. There'll be a link in the slides when you get them later. And this provides a blueprint for the industry to identify new opportunities and also to unlock new value. As we make strides towards the fully intelligent world, we can see a future that brings a much improved quality of life for all of us. We will look forward to the end of traffic congestion using intelligent traffic management and also pollution in cities in terms of intelligent city management as well. Sorry. We look at moving towards full green energy and a wide range of new digital services. We envisage robots can do repetitive and dangerous work for us, and also so that we can devote ourselves as humans to more valuable creative work. In smart cities, we propose a city intelligence twin architecture to help cities transform to a full intelligent transformation. This will be converting everything that the city runs, every city object, whether it's a street lamp, a bus stop, or even the road, into an AI agent that can intelligently interact with us. By 2023, the number of AI agents is projected to surpass the human population. And with every individual having a personalized digital twin acting as an AI agent, as our last speaker talked about. Powering these digital twins will be intelligent computing centers to provide cost-effective, affordable, and secure computing resources. And these will make AI computing power easily available to governments, enterprises, and to the public. And it allows cities to offer people-centric government services based upon a single, secure digital identity for each citizen. Digital transformation will significantly boost national productivity and drive rapid and sustained economic growth. We predict that from 2020 to 2030, in 10 years, the global digital economy will experience a compound average growth rate of over 9%. And when you look at this in terms of 4 times the rate of the growth rate of the non-digital economy, the digital transformation will impact our economic growth differently across different phases. So when you look at the dollar invested in ICT, it'll be a 3.5 time return to the society when we're in the intelligent phase, and it'll be 8.3 times return when we're in the digitized phase, and then $1 spent will give a massive 13 times return when we're in the intelligence phase. At the bottom and underpinning all this will be connectivity, and this will be the bedrock of every national digital transformation. A robust digital foundation and ubiquitous connectivity will reinforce each other, and these will create a multiplier effect on the economic growth. And the size of the vast opportunity presented by digital transformation, and in the face of this, we've seen over 170 governments worldwide already actively introduce national digital strategies and AI plans to accelerate their country's digital transformation. So each decade we've seen has marked a major step forward for the ICT industry, evolving from all IP and all cloud, and now in the all intelligence state. The all IP state saw unified technical standards and protocols in the communication sector, and this brought us ubiquitous connectivity. All cloud accelerated enterprise digital transformation by enabling elastic, on-demand, and distributed cloud services. And today, we are definitely moving towards the all-intelligence phase thanks to revolutionary AI technologies. AI is profoundly shaping digital transformations across all industries, embracing capabilities in sensing, in understanding, in cognition, in generation, and in creation. And in addition, the capabilities of AI devices, we also have smart vehicles, computing power, and networks, and they're all growing at an exponential rate. In our everyday lives, we see the majority of mobiles will be AI phones by 2028, driven by consumer demand for enhanced features such as those personal AI assistants we talked about in the last slides. We've now seen over 30 years of widespread mobile telephony. 2G brought us mobile voice with the ability to make calls anytime and anywhere. And then 3G brought us smartphones arrive with a new chapter of mobile telephony. Today at 4 and 5G, we've ubiquitous high definition video transfer, further boosting the internet economy. Today, mobile AI is here, and this will empower and transform mobile services and create even more new business opportunities. Everybody will be able to have a personal intelligence assistant, and this will drive a massive growth in data downlink and data uplink. Intelligent autonomous driving will change how we travel, and every vehicle will become a flexible, intelligent space. But for the intelligent vehicle network to work, it needs a massive responsive data uplink as well as a data downlink. Robots will also drive demand for up to 10 billion new mobile connections. And in factories alone, there will be one robot for every 10 workers. Digital transformation remains a top priority globally for industry. Industries are actively embracing AI and transitioning towards intelligent systems. Governments and financial sectors are definitely leading in this intelligent deployment transformation. And in government and indeed smart city initiatives, AI tasks includes smart city management and also public transportation management, as we've seen from the previous speakers also. Other industries, while digitized, are really only starting to fully embrace AI applications. And if we look at them, we have manufacturing. We've seen early use cases in predictive maintenance, production planning, vision-based quality inspections. On the electric power, we see AI drones, power line inspection. In railways, we've seen AI locomotive automatic defect detection. And in mining, with our utilizing AI intelligent safety monitoring, AI for production and decision-making on command. We've seen computing power growing. The widespread adoption of general purpose computing power has enabled digitalization as it met the past demands where we were really processing large volumes of fairly structured data. But when it comes to dealing with the unstructured data that comes from the likes of, say, autonomous driving, or cloud gaming, or VR and AR, this data will be based on a combination. You'll see location in there, text, images, audio, video, and then AI computing power is needed to make sense and to understand and act on all of this. This massive growth on unstructured data is fueling the explosive growth of AI computing power. We expect by 2030 that global general purpose computing power will grow by 10 times and compared to where we are in 2020, and also that AI computing power will grow by 4,000 times. For AI computer power, as this grows, foundation models are scaling up to 10 trillion parameters, and this again is driving exponential growth in compute, network, and storage demands. We have network demands will grow by about 100 times, and we're also seeing a rise in storage demands by about 1,000 times. This is all driving the growth in data center as a compute type architecture, breaking through current bottlenecks and achieving large-scale computing power with higher utilization and availability. New interactive experiences are causing surges in data, driving structural changes in data traffic models. In traditional traffic models, data flows usually in a single direction. So video content usually flow just from the data center to the smartphone. So only the downlink speed and the reaction time is important. But AI is transforming all of this. Data will be personalized and will flow in many different directions. For example, AI applications and AI compute content will need to be transmitted between different AI models, possibly different parts of edge, cloud, and devices, and then back and forth amongst them. So we're going to see a rise in cloud-to-cloud traffic and even more mesh connections between multiple types of devices and hosts. While the structural changes in traffic models, we'll also see we'll need network optimization and be even more critical than ever. We'll need to provide larger uplink bandwidth, lower latency, more reliable network capabilities to meet these new service requirements. Huawei's Ascend AI processors are providing this in an open and innovative AI hardware and software platform that fully enables AI transformation. Huawei, in collaboration with industry partners, have jointly created an open AI hardware and software platform. It currently supports about 50 foundation models, offering many rich options for developers. Our Atlas series hardware offers a variety of products, including modules, edge stations, cards, servers, clusters, all up to build a fully scenario AI hardware platform. The Ascend MindSport transformer kits provide very high-level APIs, and these foundation models run script developments with just a few lines of code. And indeed, our fine-tuning kit allows for one-click calling of LoRa algorithms, and these can achieve fine-tuning effects by just fine-tuning 5% of the parameters. And this includes, indeed, will improve tuning efficiency by about 100%. Finally, the MindE IE inference engine not only achieves a multi-fold inference throughput, but it's also service capabilities and enables applications to roll out within days instead of weeks and months. The general foundation models have mountains of general knowledge, but very poor specialization. Sorry. And Huawei's Pangu models adopt a 3-layer decoupled architecture to get to this specialization. They can help customers in many industries build their own models, tailored to their own specific needs. And in these 3-layer architectures, the level 1 layer or the level 0 layer consists of 5 foundational models. That's in natural language processing, computer vision, multimodal, prediction, and scientific computing, which together provide those general skills. And then the layer 1 level layers on top of this a number of industry-tailored models, at the moment looking at Pangu models for government, finance, manufacturing, mining, and also weather forecasting. And customers can then train their own models using their own proprietary database on these level 0 and level 1 Pangu models. Then finally, we have a layer 2 layer, which provides models tailored to very specific industry needs and very specific industry scenarios and tasks. And these are models that customers can deploy straight off the shelf. And these Pangu models are now being used in over 30 industries at the moment, probably up to 400 task scenarios off the shelf, powering industrialization all over the world. We see it in steel manufacturing, high-speed rail inspection, mining, embodied AI, power distribution networks, and also autonomous driving in many more cases. So here we are tackling challenges head on, boosting productivity across a wide range of industrial sectors. So finally, we have the computing industry ecosystems that can be amplifiers of digital and intelligent transformation. Huawei certainly has always adhered to the open source model, and we've worked with the industry to build the Compang and Ascend ecosystems for the computing industries. We've worked with over 7,500 partners, over 6 million developers to date, and over 20,000 solutions out there. So we're there providing component level development tools to build very new development pipelines, and they support many different platforms, including ARM and x64 based platforms. And they're there to develop efficiency and eliminate the need for our customers and partners to run development teams for all the different platforms that are out there. So this is a fully flexible, open development system for Ascend. And these systems are there to support many different libraries from every other industry model, making our industry innovation much easier, because you can bring in many different models on top of ours. We're committed to this. We're committed to open source. We're going to spend about $150 million every year to accelerate development of our applications ecosystems, just alone on our application ecosystems. And the aim is to develop probably up to 1,500 application partners and support applications in all industries and all scenarios. Again, thank you for the time. Thank you, Terence, for having me on. You can post any of the questions in the chat and I'll respond to them there.
Yes, David, thank you very much. Yeah, indeed, there are many questions to you in the Q&A boxes. So I think David mentioned a very good topic, which is how AI can make a better network, and also on the other hand, how network can serve more AI application. So last but not least, let me introduce our panelists. Let me introduce our moderator, Shanmugha Ratnam. He is the cross-border strategy and smart city development advisor, and also from RSI Consulting, and also the former executive co-chairman from Vietnam Smart City Consortium. So I will let Shanmugha to introduce the rest of the panelists. Over to you, Shanmugha, and also welcome for all the panelists.
Thank you, Terence.
I can hear you. Okay.
Thank you, GSMA. Can I invite all the panel members to? We're not seated in the table. Just please turn on your camera so we can view you. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we got all the panelists here. We got Mr. Tan. Is Mr. Noor Hisham? Are you on as well?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. So welcome to the GSMA virtual workshop. My name is Shanmugha Ratnam. I'm moderator for this session. I'm speaking to you from Hanoi, Vietnam. Right. The GSMA Mobile Economy Report 2025 highlights transformative industries and how these technologies are reshaping the industry. So it's very exciting to hear the previous speakers talk about the global digital economy you just mentioned is projected to grow 9.2% from 2020 to 2030, so 4x more than the traditional economy, which sets the tone for the topic of our session. Is AI vision in 5G era, revolutionizing smart city solutions and business applications. Today we have a distinguished panel who are here, who are industry practitioners and thought leaders from across the region, with deep experience in real estate technology, oil and gas, citizenry engagement, and mining. So without further ado, the panel, can I request the panel in 2 minutes, please, to introduce yourself to our audience before we deep dive into our session, starting with Dr. Supakon.
Hi, yeah, good afternoon, good morning to you all. I'm very honored to join this panel. I work for the Thailand Digital Economy Promotion Agency, which basically we are the promoter of smart cities implementation across the country, and also, in general, digital transformation in all sectors in the country. So that's it's nice to be here.
Thank you, Dr. Supakon. Can I ask Mr. Tan Lee Sing to please introduce yourself?
Hi, yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, so my name's Lee Shing, or LH for short. So I actually represent the company Zeta Next Malaysia. So our tagline is actually connecting the world digitally. So what we do in Zeta Next, we are actually a consulting and SI company specializing in smart building solutions for business across various industries. So we do offer end-to-end services, meaning that from consultation and design to development and deployment. And by using big data and AI, we help businesses and operations become more efficient and innovative. Yeah, so you can connect me on my email based on my background. Thank you.
Thanks, LH. That's how we like to be not referred to as, right?
Yep.
So over to Mr. Noor Hisham from
Hi, good.
TM1.
Thank you, Sean. Hi, everyone. My name is Hisham. I'm from TM1, responsible for mobile and wireless for the enterprise business in TM1. And one of our flagship project would be private 5G that we've deployed. To date, we already have 5 facilities or locations in all angle sector on private 5G. Sean?
Excellent. Thanks very much, Mr. Nur Hisham. Next to Mr. Melvin Jeffrey Chan from Indosat Business.
Hi guys. Good afternoon and good morning wherever you are. This is Melvin Jeffrey Chan from Indosat. I'm currently heading as the Senior VP and head of IoT. But recently, I'm also taking on the task of heading big data analytics as well. So what I'm trying to do is actually trying to put the two pieces together, utilizing the AIoT as well as big data analytics, actually looking at the industry here in Indonesia, providing value to the customers. Prior to joining to Indosat, I've been working globally around 8 different countries and 4 different continents around the world for more than 2 decades of experience. I am a ICT guy through and through, mostly on the telco sites. But for the last couple of years, I've been focusing a lot on the enterprise business as well as in the IoT and emerging technologies. So looking forward for a good, fruitful discussion with you guys on the calls.
Thanks, Melvin. We sort of the panel as that will set the tone for the panel, and what I'd like to do is probably ask the panel members some questions related to their areas of expertise and their business to share with the audience. And if I can turn to Dr. Subakon, I mean from DIPA. It was interesting when I looked at the core values of DIPA, but you had the acronyms of EQSSS, which stands for equality, quality, smart service, service-minded, and simplicity. On that note, Dr. Supakon, what, in your view, are the primary challenges and concerns in implementing AI and IoT solutions in smart city, and how, in your view, can they be addressed?
Yeah, thanks for the question, Shanmuga. Well, I think as we all know, the smart city is multifaceted. It involves technology, governance, social, economic, and security aspects. And I think what really makes a city smart is, how we use data from various city services, or I call it a city pulse, how data is used to make decisions about various policies and strategies that the city wants to make. So, as data is used, comes in the privacy and security challenges. So what we call a privacy paradox, the more data collected to improve city functions, the greater the potential of misuse. So potentially compromising critical infrastructure and sensitive citizen data. So I think in terms of that, in order to gain public trust and acceptance is the main one of the key issues that we face. How we can lift the skepticism about AI technologies, where people are concerned about job displacement and privacy invasion, also loss of human control. And also the other challenge is in terms of economic and resource constraints, where substantial investment is often required to upgrade infrastructure and also provide for the future maintenance and training as well. So I think these are the few key challenges that we see.
Right. Yeah. Well, thank you for that. I have to turn off my mic because it's raining cats and dogs here in Hanoi, and I got the rain hitting against my window. But over to you, to LH. I was reading about your company's goal to bring the same level of intelligence and responsiveness to environments, particularly on citizenry experience and service delivery. So your company, as you mentioned, is involved. So what's next in AI for smart buildings and cities, and how Zeta Next, the company which you represent, is getting ready for the future? Because I think we're really looking at not only in today's context, but in the future. And the future is not too far away, the way
Yep.
rapidly things are moving. So if
Okay.
you could please share your views.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, Shamuga. Okay, interesting question. So I think based on our experience in Zeta Next, we are moving towards spaces that feel natural to interact with. So at Zeta Next, we are actually investing in multimodal AI, combining vision, language, and sensor data to build more human-centric systems. So we are also looking at digital twins and also federated learning to make cities smarter while protecting data privacy. So with offices in Asia and also in Europe and strong partnerships locally in Malaysia, we are actually scaling solutions that are smart, secure, and also sustainable. Yeah, Shamuga.
Yeah, well, I mean, Malaysia now currently being the chairman of ASEAN is also driving a lot of new initiatives. Very exciting to hear about the recent Ministry of Digital and Ministry of Economy being created. I had the pleasant opportunity to actually have breakfast with the Minister of Digital in Barcelona. So it's very interesting to hear about that. Well, we have a few different industries within our panel, and I think moving to another very important industry related to renewable energy and, of course, oil and gas. Mr. Hisham, you've been pioneering private G deployments for Malaysia's oil and gas sector, and I know there was not very much mention about oil and gas on the previous speakers, but we know Malaysia is in the forefront of that particular industry. So how is AI vision and 5G revolutionizing the operational efficiency and safety in the oil and gas industry? Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sean. Yes, talking about oil and gas, we started this about a couple of years back with Petronas, basically embarking on private 5G. If you talk about oil and gas, their facility, for example, be it offshore or onshore, they have hundreds and thousands of IoT sensors for the operation. Definitely. And years back, when we started discussing private 5G with the customer, we envisioned that in a year or so, we could see all these thousands of sensors, IoT sensors, will be migrated to 5G native sensor per se. I mean, to leverage the features and capabilities of 5G, right? Okay, sad to say, until today, we've been discussing this with the industry players providing sensors. Roadmap has been changing from a year to another year. I mean, until today, we hardly see, a good number of IoT sensor, 5G native sensor, in the market. Okay, what happens that late last year until today, we are changing our narratives now from betting on this 5G native sensor, which is not coming, into AI vision now. I mean, it is quite revolutionary, as you mentioned in your question, Sean. I mean, number one, of course, it solves our problem now that we are facing, that is a lacking of this 5G native sensor in the market. Number two, when you start to study AI vision, of course, it's going to be less intrusive as compared to IoT sensor per se. And in oil and gas deployment, obviously, anything intrusive is going to be super difficult to deploy. Maybe you have to wait, 2 years when they plan for the shutdown of the facilities, for example, then you can come in and deploy this type of intrusive projects, right? So that is quite interesting to see the development of AI vision today. whereby you can have basically you are doing what you are doing in AR vision, in this case, using video as a sensor in a way. And it's less intrusive. All that you need to do is plan properly wherever you have, as in case of our project, wherever we have the coverage of 5G, you just deploy a good location, good spots for the cameras to be deployed, and then that's it. I mean, of course, over 5G as an enabler or connectivity, and at the back you have a good AI platform to do all algorithms needed. And on top of that, the plus point on AI vision, obviously, you can have multiple use cases by having a single platform of access, be it via camera, for example, and you can have multiple use cases depending on the algorithm that you deploy on the AI platform. I think that is quite revolutionary. And then you can see the example given by our speakers earlier. And on top of that, add on to that, there are also cases whereby you can do things or use cases over AI vision, but you cannot do on traditional, what they call IoT sensor. For example, situational use cases, situational algorithm, AI algorithm. Things like, for example, let's take example in the facility of oil and gas or any facility at all. You can do situational, like for example, riot among the workers, or some worker is standing somewhere which is not allowed, hazardous zone, for example, digital fencing. All these things you can do easily with AI vision. On top of that, when we talk about oil and gas, another example pop up in my head, basically a tracker. Tracking workers in hazardous zone like oil and gas is very, very important to the customer. I mean, today, majority of the solution rely on body-worn devices, right? Sending beacons, like beacons, for example, to the either Wi-Fi or Bluetooth and things like that. And then we can see that is, very inferior kind of a solution, whereby with AI vision, you can do a tracking end to end whenever you still within the compound of the area, for example, and you can track via AI vision easily. And then just to end that, for example, a couple with 5G, obviously, today, that you leverage the speed EMBB features, for example, where you can get good bandwidth, good speed, as if you are cable connected, right? But you enjoy the wireless based on the EMBB features, and then you can do a good uplink, which LTE cannot do today. I mean, some speakers mentioned that already. With 5G, you can have this uplink over downlink ratio, which is quite high, which you can achieve via LTE. Forget Wi-Fi. I mean, obviously, Wi-Fi is not going to work if you deploy too many this type of camera and so on. And then, of course, apart from EMBB, you have this URLC, ultra reliable low latency kind of connectivity. Which is going to give you a very quick response, which is critical, which is very important for critical communication, critical operation like oil and gas, for example. Plus, with it also comes security, which is you cannot run away from when it comes to this type of deployment. Sean, maybe I stop there for a while.
No, I think it's very interesting because I think we should not be sort of specifically look into the oil and gas industry, but it applies across a lot of other situations. I mean, whether it's public safety and how do you preempt a disaster? And until today, we still continue to see. I mean, recently Singapore had a problem in Pulau Bukom, and the safety measures were not in place. I'm not going to talk about the riots we had a few years ago, and no one's heard about this in Singapore, purely because there wasn't the correct kind of deployment for security. In India, you hear about the various festivals and events. I belong to the International Festival and Events Association in Idaho, and they talk about operational efficiency and security, which I think will quite nicely dovetail to our next speaker, to Melvin. And it was interesting to listen to one of the previous speakers who mentioned about the low altitude economy, right? So, and I think that really spurred some interesting ideas. And I think Melvin, with your geographical experience in having worked in multiple countries, you talked about, and you could tell us in which industry do you vision AI is more impactful than the others, and what use case are they using for? I think people in the audience want to also hear about real projects, and I'll urge the panel members to talk about real projects. Over to you, Melvin.
Okay. So well, there are two parts of the story, right? Today we mentioned about Vision AI, and we're talking about AI specifically. I first of all, I mean, AI has been like a hype for the last couple of years. So despite it started back in 1956, right? It's just usually we see the main difference, like back then computation and power, maybe like a whole room of devices. As computation power is actually less than what we're doing at phone, and more of our computation power is actually residing in cloud, on the data centers, or close and far edge, right? So that's why connectivity is actually even more important than the others. Let's talk about the high value impact industries. So the previous speaker, Mr. Nisham, you talk about oil and gas. Similar in Indonesia, we also experience a lot of development, and on top of it, we're also heavily on mining. So typical, these are the location where it's remote, but a lot of their use cases, the data they are processing is enormous. So which require either you have on edge high computations, but the analytics sending back to the back end for aggregations or for further analytics, or you basically send the data. Some of the use cases actually require high bandwidth. So that's why where 5G came into play, right? Private network, 4G or 5G, but 5G better than the other because of you can do network slicings on different use cases on high and low bandwidth. We see more and more on video analytics because first, it's not intrusive. At the same time, it's very applicable to multiple industry. You put it in manufacturing, so you can use it for quality control. You can use it for production lines inspections, which is faster than human eyes. You put it in the mining, and you put it into oil and gas. You actually can use it for safety security. You can use it for sustainability, ESG, and you can use it for trackings as well, because when you look into minings, right? Typical, they are in more challenging environments, oil and gas. So not just about tracking the assets, important and expensive assets, but as well you want to be able to track where are the personnel and if they are safe. So we NVIDIA Analytics together with other IoT sensors actually can combat that one. And while for some other low-hanging fruit, as you mentioned, we see a lot on the banking sides and transport side and retail sides that a minimum they use connectivity using a macro network. But at the same time, we see more and more they want to do analytics, see what's the customer behaviors, how does actually that enhance their in terms of helping them increasing revenue as well as increasing their increasing the efficiencies. So we see some of those. I actually like to take a pause on that note first.
Yeah, I think what the low hanging which you talked about. I mean, I guess if I go back to the retail industry, I mean, there was a case where fathers will walk into the convenience store and they would beside who would buy Pampers, and they'll put the beers beside the Pampers so the fathers will pick up the beers at the same time. So all this using of the data and transactional data and building that very much so. Now, I have a few questions, I think, from the audience, but I guess I will probably take on this question is on connectivity, but let me just I'll handle this question very shortly. I know Dr. Supakon, you probably have to leave shortly, but so allow me to pose you another question. And an area which I'm very involved with local governments. I've been working very closely with local governments, particularly here in Vietnam. I mean, we just recently have merged 64 provinces into 31 provinces, and local governments are always I mean, mayors drive initiatives, they make things happen. And so in your view, I mean, particularly, I guess, in the case of Thailand, what are the challenges and opportunities for local government in implementing AI-based smart city solutions? And the other members of the panelists, please feel free to add on to Dr. Supakorn's response. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thanks, Chanmuga. I think I already talked about challenges, so let me talk about opportunities. So basically, I think the key goal of smart city is, of course, to have a better urban management. So I think I like to highlight two key benefits of this urban management. First one is, of course, data-driven governance and citizen engagement. And the second one is on the economic and quality of life benefits. So in terms of data-driven governance and citizen engagement, I think so as technology allows us to access unprecedented information resources, so we can make a better decision on policy development and resource allocation. And through AI-powered digital interfaces, I think it has created new public service delivery channels. So citizens will, have a better interaction and are empowered, to access the public services, in a better way. Also, it allows a sort of personalized services to meet, different individual citizen needs to make the city more inclusive. And in terms of economic and quality of life benefits, I think it extends beyond just operational efficiencies. So basically, it allows more innovation and new business opportunities to, and also to have a higher value employment, and in the end resulting in more tax income to the city.
Right.
And also, quality of life. Also, you see, better services in transportation, healthcare, and safety in the city as well. So, and last not least, in terms of environmental sustainability, where improve energy efficiency and reduce waste will make a more livable place for everyone. Let me end that. Thank you.
Well, I mean, I'm a strong believer in terms of the quality of life, and I think it's now more focused on. I mean, back when several years back, not too long ago, I mean, when I was part of the Center of Livable Cities, or before that, when I brought up the issue of quality of life, I had my knuckles rapped because the government was most focused on economic development, and I was trying to look at the other aspect of the importance of being not only a livable country, but a lovable country. I think we can agree that the Guangzhou success story will be very relevant, where the earlier speaker mentioned about making public service more efficient, and it'd be interesting to have more information about Guangzhou's success story. Thank you, Dr. Supakorn, on sharing the two elements of urban management and quality of life. I'd like to just move on to because spaces make a very important part of many of our cities, and particularly in the relation of building space. So LH, I think your particular company has extensive experience, and I wanted to pick your brains on how our new AI tools like vision language model, which was talked about earlier on, and how is the vision language models changing the way we manage smart building and spaces? If you could share with us your insights, please.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for the question, Shamuga. So actually, we are seeing a major shift from reactive to adaptive environment. So things like vision language models and large language models now allow system to understand context, whether it's recognizing abnormal activity or interpreting visual input, or maybe responding to natural language. So at ZetaNext, we integrate these technologies into our building management system, BMS for short, and also our smart tenant application, basically to create intuitive human-centric environments. So together with one of our partners, Theta H. So Theta H is actually one of the pioneers in Malaysia's ICT industries. And together, we are actually applying these innovations in ongoing projects in Ampang Jaya, which is a municipal council, to develop smarter and also more responsive infrastructure. So setting a model for replication across other local councils as well. Yeah, thanks, Shamil.
Yeah, thanks for that, Li Sheng. I think I'll just there's a question from the audience. I'm gonna read this question, and gentlemen, feel free to respond to it. As I think it's probably for those with telco experience, as telco shift from offering connectivity to co-developing AI-powered private 5G-enabled solutions with enterprises, how are we rethinking commercial models? Yeah. So the second part of it is, beyond CapEx-heavy deployments, do you see a shift towards outcome-based pricing? So I think they're coming down to a very commercial question. And network as a service or revenue sharing frameworks, especially for high-value, hard-to-scale industries like mining or logistics. It comes from Mr. Joe Albaquin, head of BD of PLDT Enterprise. Some of you might know him. Which one of you gentlemen would like to take it? Melvin, I recall you were from PLDT before, so maybe.
Yes.
Okay, but then
So I noticed that question, and I know the gentleman from my previous company as well. So in the end, just to keep it short, because in the end this is more commercial, and GSMA here we're more looking for a technology perspective and how does it actually bring it in the future. In the end, it depends on the economy, it depends on the company, it depends on the country sites. But one common thing is actually need to be able to present the value argumentation, compare this one with what's existing, what's their availability, right? Because when you're talking a private network, then it's actually versus whether lying in fibers or Wi-Fi, and how would that actually impact? And typical when you're looking into like oil and gas, offshore rig, then it's actually very difficult to bring fiber to the venue, to the point like imagine actually just bringing a Wi-Fi, the interference. So those will be difficult. And in mine, it depends on whether you do underground mining or actually open pit as well, right? So I think it requires discussion with the parties involved and try to understand what's their spending proposition, whether you have some of the one-time charge and then with some monthly, or you actually basically do a monthly. But it's a general question. It's difficult to answer in a short time. So I think I'll stop it there. Hopefully that can help the gentleman on the call.
Maybe, Sean, I can add a bit.
I was about to ask you. Yeah, it's a fairly loaded question.
To Melvin, yeah. The thing is, okay, the question is on commercial in regards to private 5G. I think that has been quite a question everywhere now. I mean, even with us as well. I think the gentleman asked a very good question, and it's very valid, because one of the challenges when it comes to private 5G, as Melvin also mentioned, I mean, the initial cost, CapEx, for example, is quite on the high side. I mean, this is given to one company to invest. And then if you talk about public 5G, obviously these are shared among many operators nowadays. I mean, in many countries, it's a shared network, right? But if you talk about private 5G, it goes the investment goes to one particular customer, and I think commercial model has always been a topic of discussion and challenges today. I mean, obviously, customer would like to see more into subscription model as a service, as mentioned by the gentleman. But then today, I think that's still quite a challenge in such a way that especially if the country is still facing policy issues, is still facing a spectrum, a dedicated spectrum kind of discussion. So to come out with a good commercial model would require a lot of resolution on that side as well. I mean, as I said, for public network, it has been there for quite a while, but private 5G just pop up in the past couple of years. And then that has been always the cost. Whenever we discuss with the customer, we always go with the cost benefit analysis, obviously. So we want to see, we evaluate the project so that the benefit over cost ratio is more than one, as simple as that. So for certain vertical, like for example, oil and gas, is quite clear. The benefit is very, very clear. If, for example, you unman the platform today, you have 20 more workers going there, and then you go to 0 or less than 5, for example, that you achieve already cost saving, which you can quantify easily. But if we try to apply this 5G, I think gentleman has concern on other vertical, for example, which is, for example, in manufacturing. Imagine manufacturing, if you apply 5G, apply AI vision on top of it, for example, that's a cost to it. But then the savings may be not that clear. Where it comes from. Maybe it's hard to quantify. Maybe it will improve the production, but how much it will improve? I think that's the question. To quantify this, I think if you can really quantify this easily, I think it's a good, easy for a customer to approve, Sean.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thanks so much, Hisham. I think that's we can keep on talking because everyone seems more interested is on real projects. But I'm mindful of time, and I've been reminded that we probably have to wrap up now. But what I'd like to do is ask each one of the speakers in relation to revolutionizing smart city solutions and business applications. Right? If you can. In your few words, I mean, probably give us what would be your wish to see this industry move into. So within 2 or 3 minutes, and I know that's not enough, but if I can please ask you to keep that within, summarize that in a couple key words, right? So again, probably I'll go around the table. Starting with Dr. Supakon and then LH and Melvin and ending with you, Mr. Hisham.
Dr. Supakon actually.
He's just left. Yes, he's
yes,
just left.
yes.
Yeah. So, Mr. Tan Lee Sheng, over to you.
So can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So we just we are wrapping up. So we just
yeah.
each of you in a few words to say what were your key points and a wish list for your industry in terms of revolutionizing the smart city solutions.
Okay. So for us, in ZetaNext, as you know that mentioned earlier, we focus very much on smart building solutions, and also applies to like shopping malls, retail, factories. So I think data is the main key, and also as mentioned by a lot of people here, the buzzword is AI lah. So AI, big data, and definitely with all this in place, for us, I mean for myself in terms of ZetaNext. Definitely we want to make to connect so-called people with their digital assets. Yeah, that's my main takeaway point. Yeah.
Thanks very much. And over to Melvin.
Okay, so I also have my good amount of experience working in smart city for the last 10 years across different part of the world. So when you look at smart cities, everyone has a slightly different definition. But in the end, it's about how do you improve the smart infrastructure, smart living, smart citizens, to like what a while ago some speakers saying, making the world a better place to live, right? And for me, you know, this is strongly related to AI and IoT. Why? Because IoT is basically you're connecting things to the intelligence, and the intelligence here is the AI. So how to actually, analyzing what's currently into the system from a smart cities perspective, and what are the strategy actually can and move forward to make it, whether from energy management, from waste management, from security, from smart citizen applications, transport, and so on and so forth. But one thing I want to say is actually because it's such a huge scope, there's no one single player will be able to cover everything. So require all the key stakeholders in the ecosystem to come and work together. And for those actually interests in Indonesia, we're in those that actually will be happy to be the one to orchestrating that discussion, and welcome to contact us. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Melvin. And over to you, Mr. Hisham.
Quick one. Yeah, I think when it comes to smart city, in specific, government or the city itself has to play a big role in terms of funding the projects and also the investment per se. As simple as this, I mean, the city folks won't be paying extra dollar just because the city is smart, right? I mean, so you need to figure out a very good sustainable business model to go forward. I mean, obviously, in some cases we can see the government provide the fund for the first project, and then what happened next year, for example. I mean, the challenge here, I think, more towards to have a very good sustainable business model, because at the end of the day, someone has to provide the fund, Sean.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for that, gentlemen. That brings us to the end of our panel session. And really, I think if I can just mention that we are mentioned by earlier speaker that we're now in a stage of artificial natural intelligence, and I think we need to brace ourselves because we're going to move very quickly into what I call artificial super intelligence, and that is already happening or going to happen around the corner. But I think it's how we prepare for that and use it to our advantage in terms of revolutionizing and reshaping some of the ways that we behave, live, and in industries. So thank you very much, members of the panel. Your contribution has been tremendous, and there's been other questions raised, but I don't think we're able to answer them. So I shall hand over to Terence to do the closing. Over to you, Terence.
Thanks, everyone. I think thanks, Shamika and all the panelists to stay with us and share a lot of insights and discussion. I think like what all you mentioned, actually, this is just the beginning of intelligence journey. A lot of learning, a lot of sharing, and a lot of discussion have to be ongoing in order to make this more fit for our society and also fit for our industry as well. So next, actually, before MWC Shanghai, actually, the community also invited to New Zealand to promote 5G to the public safety and the critical communication community. So if you are there, welcome to join. Otherwise, hopefully see you in MWC Shanghai. And for the presentation, I think all of you are interested for the presentation. I will check with the speaker whether they could share you the deck. So keep inside. I will continuously to send you guys all the communication letter monthly, and then welcome to join us virtual section and also physical section. Okay, thanks again for everyone. Thanks for your staying with us for. Actually, we're running over time for 2 hours. I know there are some questions outstanding, so I promise we'll share your question and contact to those speakers that you are asking them question. Okay, thank you very much, and thank you all the speakers. Thank you. See you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.